ask me who I am, I'll say the baddest. I'll say the baddest. I'm too much to handle, that's been established.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my podcast, Too Much to Handle. This is episode 2, and I'm here with a very special guest. Go ahead and let them know who you are.
What's good, y'all? I'm Marko, Marvel Marko, Marko, however you want to put it.
Okay, and let them know what you do.
I am an indie filmmaker, overall creative, working photographer in the city of Atlanta. That's about the gist right now.
That's the gist.
Right now.
That's okay. That's great. So basically, let me explain how my podcast works. I have different segments each episode. But before I get into the segments, y'all make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on youtube.com/Tara Love. So the first segment is a game to start, off, make us comfortable. And then at the end of each episode, I have a reoccurring game that I created, which is called 0 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. And I'll explain the instructions to that game later on in this episode when we play. Now, originally, we was going to play Uno for your first game. But since that's not really your vibe, it's okay. I have a question game instead for you. Okay, so that's how we're going to start off. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first question, first off, is 5 questions since Marko is 5 letters. Okay?
Okay.
But
I like that.
the first question is, how did you get started in photography and videography, and what drew you to visual storytelling?
I got started in photography. Physically was taking an elective senior year. I think I was forced to take it because I got in trouble or something. So I just picked yearbook, and the yearbook teacher threw a camera at me and was like, shoot the games and stuff. It wasn't really on my back about where the camera went after, so I was taking it home on the weekends with me from school.
Right.
And, doing that was back when Instagram was first blowing up, so taking my own pictures, experimenting and stuff. But, really starting to take pictures as a hobby or, what would I say, a passion. My auntie is a photographer too, not as just her only job, but she always has had photography as a hobby. So there was always a camera in the house, and even my late mother, like she wasn't a photographer, but she always took pictures. We got picture books, so it is kind of ironic that I ended up,
And I think that's a great thing though, because I always say take pictures and videos of everything so you can have the memories forever.
Yeah.
Okay, question number 2. Can you share insights into your favorite projects or assignments and what made them stand out for you?
My favorite projects or assignments. First for sure is Project Storm. I don't know if you peeped that, but I pretty much brought a couple of Atlanta creatives together. Ariel Yasmin, clothing designer, very talented. Hunter Wright, dumb talented. His name Gas, so expensive on Instagram.
Okay.
That was just for, if anybody, that was referrals if anybody want to hit him. Because I was like, that name a little different. And then,
name drop, I get it.
Yeah. And then Smart Blonde Taylor. I don't really think she goes by Smart Blonde anymore, but I like to call folks by their nicknames sometimes, just in case, but just so people know. But we pretty much did our own version of a comic book cover instead of going the cosplay route where I could have bought the superhero suit and just shot a model in it. I wanted to show people what can really come out of folks working together for real. So we took the time to go to the clothing shops with me and Ariel took the time to go to the clothing shops, pick the fabrics, link up with Taylor at the store, get some measurements, then talk to Hunter about the graphic design, and we made a Storm cover. That was pretty tough.
That's great. So this is off of the questions real quick because you saying that made me think of something else, which is, what got you interested in Marvel? Just growing up?
Yeah, just growing up. The colors, the imagination, the vast, no limit to creation that there is in that universe. I can't really remember what instance there was where I was like, oh, I'm, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just slowly attached to it, and always been attached to the
Yeah.
different comics and different characters.
So do you have a favorite like character that's like above all or no?
Yeah, I would say he's above all because like he's most folks' favorite superhero, but I'm really about this shit, so it don't matter.
Yeah.
But nah, Spider-Man, Spider-Man, my
Spider-Man.
favorite superhero, Peter Parker. Only because
Yeah.
like I feel like I almost relate to him. Like I'm a photographer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little awkward sometimes, and he has a thing called Parker luck, which is pretty much like bullshit happening in his life. That random boy, you know what I'm saying? And boy, I got Marko luck too.
Yeah. I feel like we all do.
Sometimes, man.
Okay, well, back to the official question. So, number 3, how do you approach capturing a moment or telling a story through your lens?
I just make sure I'm present.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel like one of the things about photography that I take pride in about myself is that I genuinely like to take pictures.
That's good.
You know, I might go in the studio, book to shoot an artist.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I'm gonna get the pics of that artist, best pics of that artist, however they want.
For sure.
But I'm gonna shoot the environment too. Somebody else in there, you know, I'm gonna shoot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot everything.
Be versatile.
Yeah, just cause like I enjoy taking pictures. That's how I started. I started from zero.
Right. That's great though. And I think it's the best when you have somebody who love what they doing and you work with them. Cause it may, say for instance, you know, we have worked together photography wise. It just make it go way better.
Yep.
So number 4, in the age of social media and technology, how do you see the role of photography and videography evolving? And how would you adapt to these changes?
I see it evolving slick. I mean, it would be a big problem to handle, but at the same time, I slick see it evolving where these cameras get smaller, which they are, you know.
And more expensive?
Yeah, it's like a lot of it's some shades with cameras in them now. The folks are promoting on their gram, and it's like, you know, the iPhone is getting better. Every phone is getting a better camera. But it'll affect the physical value of a camera, but I honestly don't think that it'll have an effect on the craft or the art. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like, that's the one thing that will always set you apart.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what technology come in, AI, even with AI, it's like AI cool.
Yeah.
Educational
wise, that's how I feel.
I use a couple AI helpers with some projects, but they still don't get it to the T.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, especially with music videos with our people and our different lingo.
Mm-hmm.
You can't.
They don't know slang.
AI can't do that. So it's like, yeah, cameras can get smaller. We might not need as much as everything in the future, but my passion for directing ain't gonna change.
Right.
My passion to create a story ain't gonna change.
Right.
I don't do, you know, I like having a cool camera, but I like what I make with the camera, you know?
Right. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Okay. So last question, which is number 5. Are there any specific challenges or rewards unique to your field? And how do you navigate them in your creative process?
It's challenges. Yeah, it's different challenges and reward. I say the biggest challenge is staying motivated and knowing how to work as opposed to creating, you know? Like, when I started, my life changed when I started to take this seriously and pay rent with it.
Right.
You know, pay bills with this, you know? I can't.
True entrepreneur.
Everybody I work with now, as opposed to doing this for me, you know what I'm saying? I had to realize that this is now a job.
Right.
Not to take away from the art of photography, but it still is a service. So
you have to be professional.
Yeah, you got to be professional. That's not as more so hard, but also just having to realize that I'm here to make their idea come to life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's more so not about you once you start making this a job.
Exactly.
But
you get your own time to have the creative direction when you do your films.
That too. It's like you got to that's that balance that you got to get
Right.
because it's like, I feel like that's really a problem a lot of photographers have in this industry, which is like a lot of them don't understand that it's a different way you got to move and handle business once you turn this to a business.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's certain ways to shoot, certain environments that you have to act a certain way in when you shooting, you know? Yeah. All that. But
see, the gag is I don't mind when like photographers give me instruction, but then again, basically I don't have to follow the instruction too.
yeah.
Like, cause I don't be smiling in my photos and everybody act like that's just such a problem since I'm a woman. But it's like,
yeah,
they
gotta let you have your
exactly.
You know
Let me do what I
saying?
do. Because if a dude wasn't smiling at picture, that's perfectly fine. But they feel like since I'm a woman,
you don't like that double standard.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really because a lot of folks, like just like I told you, it's generally and it's human, but it's generally hard for a lot of folks to now realize that. Not to say your creative passion does not matter,
right?
But right now, like when you start working as a photographer,
right,
your creative input is not needed until it's needed.
Right.
You feel me?
If they ask you like,
are now,
hey, what
you are now
think
getting the job done for somebody else. You are now bringing somebody else's idea. Like you need to figure out what they want to show creatively, how you can add to that. And it's different levels to that because I know, like just like you said, you might trust some photographers to lend a hand in your treatment or how a shoot goes, but it's levels to it. You know, that's how you work with your clients.
And read the room, right? Because I'm big on did I give you that energy? But some people don't even be knowing.
That's a big one. Read the room for sure. I done learned that lesson. For sure.
So wait, when it comes to editing, do you feel like videos are more complicated to edit versus photos?
Hell yeah, I edit on my phone. It's probably the first time I ever said this or really exposed this, but I have probably edited a picture on a laptop once. Okay. I swear, like folks probably
that's
assume,
shocking because you were like so talented.
Yeah. Folks probably assume that I've always been on a laptop.
Me, I'm one of them.
I always knew I would have to. I mean, it's exposing, but at the same time, I don't feel like it is.
Exactly. As long as the quality
I always felt like
that's all that matters.
I was on my phone all the time, so it's like I already started. That's how I started photography, like I said. Posting my own Instagram pictures, editing those on my phone. So it's like those same apps you got on the computer, they got those on the phone.
Right.
I know some people's eyes is different, so they do different. But videos, nah.
You have to.
Right, even right now, my laptop's getting repaired. I was able to do 2. They got Premiere on the phone. I was able to do like 2 little recaps, little 35-second photo, but I can't.
Right.
Like you need a computer to edit videos
because of the storage too, right?
Yeah, it's storage. It's more elements that you want to be able to use, and it's just it gives you a little more options.
I get you. Well, that was the end of that game. Yeah. Okay.
I like that game.
That's great. I'm glad you do. So basically, just like how I say I have a game that starts off the show and a game that ends the show. I also have different segments. And one is called 2-Minute Rants.
2-Minute Rant?
Yes. And it's basically I have chosen a topic I want to rant about and I time myself for 2 minutes. But after the 2-minute, timer goes off, you get to explain how you feel about the situation.
For sure. What you feeling around about?
So the rant I chose today, first off, it is February, so happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month.
And to every Black person who watched this, happy Black History Month to you as well. So this is why I chose this rant, because it was Black History Month. But the topic is when people say an artist is the new Tupac, Michael Jackson, or any legend. Basically, I got a rant about this because I feel like it's occurring too much now. So let's start the timer, y'all. Boom. Uh-oh, hold on. Okay, the 2-minute timer is now starting. So basically, let me say this. We can never replace what was done. Like, say, for instance, even if you have more number one records than Michael Jackson now, that's Michael Jackson. His legacy is the reason you're able to do something. If you didn't know, Michael Jackson is the reason MTV started playing black people music videos on their channel. Because at first they didn't used to play black people. But he was that man. And when Thriller dropped, everybody wanted to play that. And then also, even outside of Michael Jackson, whether it's Tupac, whether it's Lauryn Hill, it don't matter who. It's like you never gonna be them, but you can be your own great in your own way. I just hate hearing people say, oh, he the new Tupac. How he the new Tupac? No, he just a rap artist who you fuck with. And that's fine. You can fuck with Tupac and another rap artist, but you can't condense any artist's legacy or any actor, any creative period legacy to thinking that like you can compare them on a scale when they paved the way in a sense. Cause like I'm pretty sure that it's somebody, you know, who paved the way for them type vibe. Cause I mean, since we black, we went through a lot of barriers, no matter what industry, but especially the music industry. So I think it's disrespectful when people put a legend on the same level as someone who still got so much more time to put in. Like I said, they can be great in their own way. And it's like disrespectful. Because how can you say you truly, you know, are a fan or a supporter of someone if you're trying to discredit them in a way? Because that's, in my opinion, that's a discredit. But y'all, my timer is so low. The timer just ended. So that was my 2-minute rant on that. Now, Marko, how you feel about that?
I feel slick the same, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I do understand where folks come from when they say those things. Most folks are just talking about the essence of them,
Mm-hmm.
the essence of a certain artist, like, oh, this the new. So I understand where it comes from, but I actually do agree with you on that. And it does kind of annoy me, but not to the most part of, not to the degree of, oh, like, y'all talking bad on this artist. Like, ain't no way y'all comparing so-and-so to this artist.
And then
I do feel folks, I feel
sometimes
folks when they say
with.
that. But I also feel like folks just don't understand that, like, nobody wants to be compared to anybody.
Right.
It's like when somebody walk up to you and be like, oh, you
look like somebody. It's like, whoa, I look like Tara.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, even when artists are in the same lane, that's even more important to let them be them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? This artist may not want to be the new. Let them be, like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
let them be themselves.
Be themselves.
Just like actors' kids and changing their full names. It's like, cause that shit is real. Like,
Right.
if you got a dad that's
Famous.
Denzel Washington.
Right.
Like,
Now they like, give Denzel performance.
Okay, bet. They gonna expect his son, you know what I'm saying? So I peeped that, like, folks gotta let folks be their own.
Exactly.
I'm quick to say, like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Young Spike Lee, young. It's like, okay, cool.
But I'm Marko.
I want to be the Marko. You know what I'm saying? I want to be the new Marko. Oh, he finna be the new. Like, yeah, it really don't make sense. Like, why would I be the new old?
Right. Right.
You know, not to disrespect.
And that's exactly
it,
because they greats in their own way,
Yeah.
but I'm a great in my own way.
Yeah.
And it's like, at the end of the day, I've been the one putting in the work.
Facts.
Nobody was out here helping me do what I was doing. But at the end of the day, it's all love. I know people got so much love for so many different creatives and artists. But like I said, keep it to where you can just give a compliment. You don't got to bring somebody else up to give a compliment. You can just say, hey, you're a talented videographer. Keep going. Or something like that. But that was that 2-minute rant, y'all. Y'all know, every time, though, I be spitting them facts. Stop playing. Now, let's get into how we met each other. So, originally, I met you at Cam Kirk Studios.
Right.
Yes. At the time, you know, you were working at Cam Kirk, and I was shooting with another photographer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
But you kind of was like, hey, what you doing? No, I remember you was like, is it your birthday? I was like, no, I make music. Like, I'm doing
Oh yeah.
promotion.
Yeah. And then I tapped in.
Yeah. And then it was like, we had each other Instagram and all this good stuff. And then
We ended up living in the same building.
right. We ended up living at Westmar. Everybody stayed at Westmar head ass at some point.
Yeah, I feel like
everybody. I didn't know Westmar had a whole nother name until my friend was like, oh, you stayed at Westmar? I stayed there when it was called this. I was like, oh, this is new to me, right? That's why I was like, I don't know nothing about that.
I don't know nobody who don't call Westmar.
Right.
Your friend might be a little seasoned.
Yeah. he older.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. We met each other again at Westmar in the lobby.
It was like one of those moments where it's like after I see you once, you just kept running into you.
Right. And then it was like, we got to work with each other. So the great thing is, you shot my album cover for The Mirror, and everybody loved that. I love it too. Like, I just think you're so talented at what you do, for sure. That's why it's like we have to, continue to keep working with each other.
No, I'm just a call
and
away.
I have to give you your flowers,
Appreciate
to your face.
Thank you.
For sure. So you were raised in Atlanta. Like, you was born in Chicago, right?
I was.
But you was raised in Atlanta.
Raised in the SWAT. Stop playing.
Okay, so talk about Atlanta lifestyle, like how it has impacted, you as like in your industry.
Atlanta lifestyle, how it's impacted
the culture.
The culture. Well, growing up, I give a lot of thanks to my parents.
Yes.
Even my late mother, she allowed me to do extracurricular things like art and sports, but especially my auntie and uncle, who I ended up moving in with after my mom passed. They're a very artistic family, so they always made sure they were feeding us different like even if we wasn't interested in it, go try this. You know what I'm saying? Making sure we in a summer camp for the summer.
Yeah, give a plethora of activity.
I feel like one of the things about Atlanta is like it's always something going on. So growing up, I was
to this day.
Yeah, it's like growing up, I was blessed to be a part of that. Now I always say with the culture and how that affects my lifestyle, I feel like one of the biggest traits in Atlanta the biggest traits in Atlanta culture is hustling.
Yes,
like,
for sure.
If it,
I got the gas. That's why I'm at the gas station.
It don't matter. It don't matter what it is. Like folks is out here hustling. Like folks don't even know that once I left senior year to go to Howard, before I went to Howard, before I left the city to go to DC, I was ready to after DC, it was like, okay, I'm either staying in DC or going somewhere else. Cause senior year of high school, I was like F Atlanta. Like I don't want to be here. Like I know everybody.
Cause you grew up here.
You know what I'm saying?
That's usually how it is.
But I went up there taking pictures, met a whole bunch of other creatives from different cities.
Right.
And coming back for the summer, getting introduced to Cam Kirk Studios and different aspects of the city, I fell in love with, you know what I'm saying? I almost fell in love with it because I realized how much more I had to take advantage of when it came to the city's opportunities artistically, Like then and there, I was like, oh, I don't know what I was thinking. Like I ain't even touched I ain't used Atlanta to my full potential
for
at
sure.
all yet. Like it's folks is hustling out here. So I feel like if anything, like Atlanta taught me and the molded my lifestyle. It taught me how to hustle.
Right.
Cause it's like you might be down one day, but you can be up the next day.
For sure. And hustlers don't stop; they keep going.
Free that boy Jeff.
Yes. And it's okay. It's crazy you mentioned that because that was literally the next topic is you attending Howard.
Right.
But before we get into that, I just want to say that, I'm sorry for the passing of your mother because I've never got to tell you that like face to face type shit.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You
It's
been
a child.
It's wild.
You know what I'm saying? Thank
you. But of course, nothing can replace, the memories of your mom.
Thank you.
But let's talk about you briefly attending, a HBCU. How was that experience?
It was lovely. Like I always tell folks.
Even like you just mentioned, you met some creatives.
Hell yeah. Like I always tell folks I wouldn't be the same person that I am today if I didn't go to Howard. Like Howard taught me so much when it came to how to support my own people, how important it is to support your own people, and just open me up to the vast, how different, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't know how different another black person could be if you really never go out your city for real.
That's true.
Like going up to DC and playing Young Thug and them being like,
who's that? Or something.
I don't really understand what he's saying, but here goes Shot Glizzy. And I'm like, okay, he hard, but he the hardest out here type.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't like, I'm like, oh yeah, like I don't think Shot Glizzy should be that hard. But I'm like, it's real interesting to me meeting these folks from DC, New York. Right. We all got different music tastes. We all, you might talk about it, experience a big event of virality that happened when y'all grew up.
For sure.
But it looked different from their perspective.
For sure.
Or it was different up there. Or it's different over there. It's like Howard taught me that is more to the world. Kind of ironically, it's like that's why I had to leave. But it ain't.
What you mean though?
Like
you had to leave. It was because too much going on.
Nah, I realized Howard had me thinking a lot. I'm not gonna act like I wasn't smoking a lot of weed too. Sophomore year, like
hey, college should do that to you. I ain't even gonna lie. That's like, how I started smoking. If y'all want to know,
like college. sophomore year of college, we had. You know, they got like a one dorm that you move up to where it's like co-ed, everybody in there. Yeah. Like, so as opposed from freshman year.
I went to Georgia State where it's always
co-ed. Oh yeah, see, we ain't had that. We were separated freshman year. You might have to link your friends over here. Sophomore year, all of us was in the same dorm, so we smoking every day. 50% of them smoke sessions was definitely me zooted. Other 50% was me literally thinking like, okay, I'm finna graduate with a bachelor's degree and acting, and I'm finna go back to Atlanta. I'm finna do what's up. Am I finna be am I finna be looking side to side? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hate saying like so much, but I'm gonna get it out of my vocabulary one day.
You good?
But nah, you think about that, and at college you see folks graduating,
right?
You see folks who.
And then people want to keep
been graduated.
People want to keep asking you, what do you want to do after you graduate? Like, girl, I ain't even made it to that point. Mind your business.
That question comes up a lot, and you see so many things that make you think about your future, and you realize, like, okay, this is fun, but I either need to be here going 100% and getting exactly what I need out of it, or I don't need to be. And I didn't really feel like I was. Yeah. No offense to the acting major over there. You know, it was very challenging.
I didn't know you was into acting though.
Yeah, that's where I started, like theater and film and stuff.
Interesting.
But you know,
so are you still trying to get into some acting roles?
I could, but you know,
now you behind the camera now.
Not even that. It's just like everything in the same. You know, I don't feel like I necessarily lose anything off time of years. It's like,
and then you get to screenwrite.
Yeah.
So you get to tell and direct, so you can tell them what they need, how they need to be acting.
If you ever be on one of my short film sets, you'll see me. Like folks can tell because I direct the character. Like okay, like nah, like let me get more of this.
I watched just to let you know, I did watch the Christmas short film you put out, and it was good.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, need a little miracle.
Yeah,
for real. But that's great. So, what's the difference between like overall? Because I hear Washington D.C. is pretty black too, just like Atlanta. So, but what's like the major differences that stuck out to you between Atlanta and D.C.?
Like the city, yeah, for sure. It's major. Like DC has an artistic value for sure, and artistic history is more. But I would say, you know what I'm saying? Again, no offense to the Chocolate City, but DC is more contemporary. When I would say, or I would say solidified. Like models up there is more like print,
for sure.
If that makes sense, or I don't really know how to explain it. It's like Atlanta. You can turn the corner and meet, you know what I'm saying? Meet your next artistic opportunity.
No, that's
out
so
there,
true.
I would say you're gonna have to know somebody or know an area.
It's about networking.
Yeah.
Like
and
heavily.
Even then it's like DC ain't, I would say, an artistic city like Atlanta is. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a bunch of photo studios out there. It ain't a bunch of whole party, art parties going on. It's more it's clubs out there, crazy brunch, all that. It go crazy.
Brunch here too, grass walls.
But it's definitely very like up there. I feel like it's a little more niche.
Yeah, you
gotta know who to talk to. You gotta know where to go. Right. But it's definitely cool city. Like free museums need that.
Yeah.
Like,
no, that's why. First off, I still haven't been to DC, but I'm planning to go.
Yeah.
And that's what the main thing I want to do is go to the museum.
Yeah, definitely still a city filled with tons of culture and art. And that was just one of my favorite parts because that was what kind of helped me start photography. I was going to museums with my friends.
Right.
Oh yeah, let's go here. You know, they let me take my camera in there. That was cool. DC, I would say they cool in DC.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As opposed to here. Like they a little cooler in DC.
Right, because here they be like, you have to have a permit to take the camera.
Nah, the cops we legal up there.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
No, I heard. I said I'm on the way, DC. Even though I've been to plenty legal states, because my sister lives in Seattle, Washington. But that's what I'm going to ask. Where is Howard located in DC? Like, you know how my school, Georgia State, is in downtown.
Just like
Georgia State. That's lit. No, I think that's the best experience.
It's like the AUC. You know what I'm saying?
The AUC is like in the West End though, /
It is, but it's like, I would say it's like the AUC because it's an open campus. A lot of the folks don't know that.
Oh, okay.
Like, one of the main streets that a lot of the school buildings are on and dorms is a public street, you know? So we had a lot of problems dealing with locals and folks who come on to the campus. But it was also, it's good because you're riding the
So it was a more traditional campus, though. I mean, even it had a public street. I'm saying traditional as in, like, most buildings are somewhat near each other. Like, say, for instance.
It's like traditional, but just big. Because it's like, I would love to say that, but they sure did have me walking.
No, listen, I went to Georgia State.
Up some hills,
so
but
going to Adderhole is a whole stretch.
Saying?
And then when the wind blowing, you about to get took away.
I was about to say, Howard got some miles on me for sure.
And then it snowed there, right?
Man, don't even, like, it's not even.
See, I'm from
it ain't.
The southernness in me don't be wanting to deal with snow.
I remember like walking outside because sometimes it was snowing ice over.
Yeah.
I remember like walking outside of fall and just going back to my dorm like.
Like fuck school.
Bro, it was some days you could walk because like I said, that public street is full of dorms and different school buildings. The dorms on one side, so you see everybody walking up the street. Like it would be some days where you could see like a whole bunch of folks slipping, trudging. Like you see up the hill, it's just like you can sit there and wonder like ain't no way. But them professors, they be like, yo, let me get this checked real quick.
Right. Oh, of course. No.
I'll see y'all Tuesday.
Have you ever woke up high before? Like still high?
That's such a random question.
But no, I'm asking that because
funny because like the only time that ever happened was college. Like,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like, and then that made me not even want to go to class sometimes. And when you in college, to anybody who about to attend college, don't try to take no 8 a.m. You cannot do what you used to do in high school. That's gonna be the hardest time to try to get up for.
That's a fact. But that was actually funny because, like I said, like college wasn't the beginning of me smoking, I would say, but it was definitely the beginning of me becoming a casual smoker. And I wasn't used to edibles. I think that was what happened. I took an edible, and then I remember
this edible ain't up, and then it hit.
I wasn't even like that because I knew the edibles was going.
It was gonna do what it needed to do.
The edibles worked. Like, I remember, like, having fun that night or whatever. But I just remember it was so funny to me because I don't think I ain't even noticed it until I was in class. I done woke up, put my clothes on and everything. Right. And I just remember sitting in class, like, and bruh talking. You high.
Right.
So it's like, I just remember in my head, it was like, bro, am I still high?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm over here, like, oh, hold on. I'm a little faded still. Like,
that's crazy.
Let me chill. College was fun.
No, college was super fun. See, okay, my first time ever like hitting a blunt, I was graduating high school. I was at a high school party for our graduation. But the gag is, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know at the time, because, you know, now I got too many years in this, but at the time I didn't know you had to inhale.
Yeah.
I was just hitting it, blowing it out.
You don't really start smoking till you...
Like, and then boom.
You know what I'm saying?
When I came to Georgia State, it was like plenty of people smoking. I wasn't smoking because I was thinking, I'm like, what was the point? Because like I said, my one experience, I was like, it didn't do nothing for me. Then boom, they convinced me, like, hit this. So I do the same thing I did. And they like, Tara, you not even inhaling. They had to teach me. I was like, okay.
But you got to learn how
and
to
then
do
boom,
that,
once I got to that point, I was like, oh, so this what y'all like about it. Because I feel like, you know, when you first get high, it's a different experience from like after you done did it so long. Because like you never get that high again, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure.
Like my eye used to be like bloodshot red.
For sure. My eyes just get low. Like you might just be able to tell because I might just look sleepy.
That's how my best friend is. Her eyes get low too. Okay, so next topic is, what's some of your favorite type of photo shoots? Whether concerts, studios, or do you even have a favorite? Museums, you actually mentioned, you know, you did some photography there.
As in type of photos that I take?
Yeah.
I actually
You don't have a
I
favorite?
can't really put any.
Well, which one do you do most often then?
Most often?
Yeah. Like, who do you work with most often?
Like right now, I do a lot of artist work.
Right
now. Like I'm working with, I do some work for Slaughter Gang, so Big Brat,
Mm-hmm.
Young Sin, Too Hard artists, definitely hard, and then my boy PC Savo, that's like my partner for real, like bro on a different wave, and I work with him regardless, just cause like, you know, it's different when you see where somebody going and believe in what they in their campaign,
for sure,
they got going on, and they believe in yours. So, you know.
Do you feel like, are you the type of person, say for instance me, since I'm a singer, songwriter, and future author, y'all, make sure to watch out for that book. But basically, do you feel like you can't work with people who not talented, or it don't matter as long as you get paid?
I can work with you.
Sure. I'm type person.
Sure.
I'm be honest, because a lot of people want me to work on a song with them. But I'm like, let me hear your song first.
It's different with you though. Like, you know what I'm saying? You an artist, so you like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't want my voice with yours.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, end of the day, I'm pulling up, like, just like I said, it's a difference between doing this shit creatively,
right,
and doing it for a job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making money these days.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, will I exclusively work with you? You know what I'm saying? For sure. If I'm exclusively pulling up, working with you a lot, I most likely think I like your music. I think that you're hard. I think that you're hard. But
it don't matter as long as you got that cash.
Nah, for sure. I've been in, like, I'm not even gonna say I've been in the studio with a whole bunch of untalented folks, but I'd have definitely been in the studio with folks.
Now listen,
like,
we live in Atlanta, so
I'll be like, oh nah,
everybody be trying to rap.
I won't even try to do that. But you know, I think everybody should. Everybody should rap.
No.
Yeah.
Listen, if you ain't got no talent, let me say this. Y'all gotta start calling y'all friends out on some shit though. If they ain't got no talent, why is you up in my you going to the studio? Bet. Like, I'd be like, bro,
it don't hurt to try.
It's like, I would say work on your craft though. I'm not saying give up, but I'm the type of person, I have no filter and I always be brutally honest. So I would tell somebody, I think you need to work, like, the artist development stage, you still need to hone in on that.
But I feel like that thing where everybody like, oh,
and if you trash, you trash.
Everybody in the city rap, everybody do this. But even that, even like if you trash, like, we in a different age now. Like, trash ain't even trash no more. You know what I'm saying?
Trash, it's just, we've been more accepting now. I feel like we're more accepting now.
And we're more accepting, but you have to think about it as in, back in the day, everybody didn't have as much access.
No, that's 100% true. Because, you know, social media didn't exist and all that.
At the end of the day, everybody's human. Everybody has their own opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that trash to you might not be trash to the next. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
They might be trash to the overall singer community. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't doing this. But it's just like these artists where you be like, ain't no way they making $1 million out here doing this because at the end of it, but it's like
true.
it is a way. Because at the end of the day, there's 8 billion, 9 billion. I don't know how many people.
Hella people.
Folks,
So many people on the earth.
If the internet has taught you anything, that folks are interested in everything. There is a lane for everybody. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Folks gonna tap in.
I feel the same as far as it's no limit to how many artists it can be type shit. But I mean, as an artist, I would like it if more actually talented people pursue the field versus now it's getting so diluted with anybody can do anything as long as you get in the studio type vibe. But to each his own. Because like I say.
I'm about to say though, because when you think about it, I don't really even believe that because just like what bro said on that Jay-Z song, only the real gonna last. All that other, you know
all
what
the
I'm
real gonna last, but
like, we're living in
that don't
age.
mean other people ain't gonna try.
Facts, you know what I'm saying? That's what I was finna say though. It's like I feel like you gotta realize we live in an age where we're gonna witness the fastest careers of all time.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? We already have a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? A lot of folks that are talked about one year ain't talked about next year.
Mm-hmm.
The average artist that's coming out is hot for like a year or 2 years, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like folks do, like I definitely see where a lot of folks come from when it's like, bro, everybody is trying everything. I've been doing this shit my whole life. Now all y'all folks, you know what I'm saying? But it's like at the end of the day, just like you are your own, like you are the only thing that can set yourself apart.
Right.
Only the real. If you genuinely enjoy what you do and working hard to be talented at it, I truly believe your time gonna come. People they get lucky. They get lucky sometimes.
Yeah.
They get millions and get lucky sometimes. And you might that shit might have you thinking like, bro.
Yeah. And then it's also
you know what I'm saying?
Who you know in a lot of instances too.
Yeah.
Because some people was locked in.
You also, I feel like we also gotta realize we don't know. Like overnight success is always.
It's not overnight.
It's never overnight.
Never
I
overnight.
seen a quote that say it take 10 years to get an overnight success, because like it really be that.
Yeah, it started way beforehand.
From the outside looking in, it's always gonna look like, because ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody know you.
And just like similar to like your story, say for instance, you didn't just know you wanted to be a photographer, but it took life happening that actually led you to that or whatever.
It'd probably be the first time saying this. Like I don't want to be a photographer.
Huh.
I be telling folks. I don't be telling folks that, but like.
So you preferred like videography or directing more?
Nah.
Or you just want to be a plethora of things?
I wouldn't even say I want to be a plethora of things. I feel like I ain't never said that, and to somebody, and I also just don't feel like it's mandatory that I explain myself to everybody. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Of course, like I'm gonna tell you, but it's like we live in an era where what you present on Instagram gotta be what you gotta be. You know what I'm saying? Like folks talk to me.
Shit is not matching up.
Yeah, it's like folks talk to me all the time, like, oh, you already doing what you want to do.
Right.
Like, oh, like, what's next? Or you big, you know what I'm saying? Bro, I'm 24.
Right.
You know what
so
I'm
am
saying?
I. We both 1990 babies.
Like, and just like you ain't know, like I started out in theater with acting and stuff. Folks don't know that I might not know that I want to be a big director, or I plan to direct certain stuff or write certain, genres, but I also don't think it's important that, because I feel like if I'm doing it the right way and I pop it the right way, you gonna know.
Right.
If folks think I want to be the best cameraman, good for them. But I ain't gonna say
you want your work to speak for yourself.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say I've been over this shit, but no, for sure. Like as a cameraman, like y'all tripping if y'all think I'm finna just keep doing what I'm doing until I
like forever.
That would probably be like the craziest thing I feel like folks they assume about me. That like, well, I'm just done.
Right.
Like
so much more to come.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. I didn't even know I was gonna be like just like that. I never knew I was gonna be. If you would have told me junior year, even senior year when I was walking around with a cam, that what I would be doing, describe my life to me right now, I'd probably be like, how that happened?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's how it be. Cause say for instance myself, I mean I graduated from Georgia State with an economics degree, minor in marketing. But I didn't want to work a corporate job. I was like, I need to find my own niche. So, I started my publishing company for my music and my upcoming books because I'm like, I gotta do my own way. I don't want to be, I'm the type of person, I encourage entrepreneurship to everybody because that's the best way to be. Because I feel like you have a better experience when you doing something you passionate about.
I agree to an extent.
Yeah. Get your money
I was about to say,
whatever way possible.
I can't say entrepreneurship is a good opportunity for everybody. I would say,
Yeah.
but I can't say I agree
But
that it's the
like I
way
said,
for everybody. Because
exactly, no, it's
some
not.
people need just like you said, like that goes into that,
Yeah.
like where you said a little minute ago, like everybody don't need it. Everybody don't need to rap.
But
Some people need a structure, a job.
But I'm saying you can.
You know?
But being an entrepreneur don't stop you from doing whatever else. So that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying some folks need to work a job.
No, I feel like all y'all need to start your own business.
No, it ain't for everybody.
It ain't. You don't think so?
Cause think about it. How many independent businesses you done worked with and you've been like, bro, why is this person running the business? It's not like
Okay.
it's not.
Okay, never mind.
Like at the end of the day,
Yeah.
like, and it's not shitting on folks.
Yeah,
like,
no,
you know
I
what
understood.
I'm saying?
I understand.
Because folks don't, and a lot of folks think it is like, oh, when they get into arguments with an entrepreneur compared to them working 5 days a week, it's always an argument. But like nobody ever talks about the people are different.
No,
people
they
are different learners. People are different doers.
Yes.
Some
No,
people
that's
work
so
better
true.
in a structured system where they can listen to somebody and know
Right.
exactly what they need to do. Some people work better where they don't have to listen to anybody.
You got a point because
You know what I'm saying?
what
It's
just
like-
crossed my mind is literally a recent situation I just went through
Mm-hmm.
with a videographer who got mad because I asked him if he got a booking website. Like, all you had to do was say, no, I don't, but boom, this is the process. I got blocked and posted to his story.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I didn't curse at you. I was being completely professional. But see, everybody ain't professional. They up here, that's disrespectful. When it wasn't even nothing disrespectful.
Yeah, it's like I don't really feel like everybody has to, cause just like I said, college ain't for everybody, but it's definitely for some people.
Right.
You
No,
know
that's
what I'm
so
saying?
true.
It's a key for folks.
Yeah, everybody got their own niche. You right.
Yeah, everybody. A lot of folks
Even though
assumed when I left
I just
college
want
like
people to
it
be
was
lost.
F school, but it really wasn't.
Right.
It was random, and I
It was
definitely
like,
respect. I definitely respect.
shout out to me because you knew that you wanted to do.
Yeah. But I respect. I definitely respect school. I wouldn't be here without HU. I wouldn't be the same person I was without HU. I can't say I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
And I definitely think that school is a key for certain doors, for sure.
Yeah. And the great thing about college, you get to meet so many people.
Man,
Because that's how I met my best friend.
That's the best thing. That's the best
Literally.
thing. Those I won't say like you gonna be in a relationship with them folks from college for years, but
It
I definitely
depends.
say like them college, even if you don't.
Some college friendships last forever.
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
some
some of
gonna
them
trickle
do.
off after freshman year. It is.
Hear what I would say. You'll never forget what you learned from your college friendships.
For
How about
sure.
that?
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So crazy. Okay. So the next thing I want to know is, where did you get your inspiration for, your short films? And are there any upcoming future projects that we should know about?
My life.
Your life.
Straight like that. Like I say like so much. I'm gonna work on it one day. I'm gonna just get in the mirror and be like, bro,
I say
stop
literally in the gag too much.
playing. Nah, you don't say it like I say like though.
Head ass. I say head ass a lot though.
I heard you say literally like one time.
But see,
And the gag only once. I didn't say it
but
like
that's
like
because
50.
I'm trying not to say it. But it's in there. It's like right there.
But nah, for sure my life. Like I can think back to when I wrote my first film, Birthday Boy.
Yes.
It was definitely, I don't know where the idea came from. I do remember specifically coming back from Cascade one night and just getting to work. But
Right.
I don't know where the inspiration came from, but I knew when I started writing, I was thinking about how I interact with folks. All the names in every single one of my short films, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure they're names of my friends.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, like I'm pretty sure I
So,
did
what
that.
aspect of your life have you kind of translated into one of your films?
So I feel like one of the things that helped me be able to write different relationships with characters are just being out in life, interacting with different people,
Yes.
knowing what I don't like about people, noticing what somebody else might not like about people, just like the exact opposite, what I like about people.
Right.
Writing those different relationships with characters. So I definitely focused on that for Birthday Boy because Birthday Boy was just a story about a young man trying to plan a kickback.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't really a subject
Yeah.
that mostly everybody will be interested in. But ATL,
That's what they do.
yeah, we stay throwing kickbacks here, and the story is about all he had to do to set that kickback up. So it's like, I will say that I gotta add Atlanta to that inspiration, because like one thing I always did focus on with my first 3 short films was always making sure it had an Atlanta aspect to
but
it.
that deal with your life since
But
you
then
grew
also sometimes my life, you know what I'm saying, it be how I'm feeling. Like my second short film is If It Ain't One Thing. I say that all the time, like today. Like I be thinking back, like I really like my second short film is really my life, bro. If it ain't one thing, it's a motherfucking night.
So when we gonna see you in one of your short films?
I'm actually I'm in two of them on some Stan Lee shit.
Stan Lee shit.
On God,
I didn't notice. You were sweeping or something.
You might not even noticed it, but I'm in 2 of them on some Stan Lee.
I'm saying like do a scene type vibe. You act. You got the experience.
When I write a character that I really wanna.
I
don't know though, cause it's like there's a lot of jobs that I have to do on set already making short films.
For sure.
So it's like, if I'm getting in there acting too, and I got you know, it just depends on how big my team gets,
right?
How much support I get, what I can do, what, you know.
I'm ready to see. Ready to see. Yeah.
Also, I got a lot. You know, I got locked back in. I respect the craft. I respect the craft
for
of
sure.
acting. So
yes.
I would say that, yeah, I would maybe, you know, either tap in back with one of my friends, take some classes, and
for
maybe
sure.
then get back to it. But unless it's just like a character, I'm like, oh yeah, this me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely like, you know, just like I like Marvel, I love that boy Stan Lee.
Yes.
R.I.P. to
R.I.P. Stan Lee, who rich forever, even in the death.
A lot of folks be like, you know, he is older. Like he definitely could have been racist. I'm like, he was. I was like, first of all, he wasn't. First of all,
I don't know. I don't know that man.
He wanted the only. First of all, the Marvel universe has been around. He created that. He created Jack Kirby. Shout out to the rest of them boys too. But I can't speak for them. Stan Lee has made it vocal.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? He chose to create different characters that were based on what he was seeing in real life. Folks don't know Charles Xavier and Magneto mirrored Malcolm X and Martin Luther. You know what I'm saying?
Well, put me on then.
Now, is it still contradicting that, of course, it's a bunch, you know what I'm saying? The X-Men are supposed to represent folks being judged by the way they were born. Can the X-Men relate to everything black folks went through? No. But it's like, for a man to be able to at least address that, you know what I'm saying, and make characters like that, it's like, I don't really see racism in that. He also created Black Panther. It's like, you know what I'm saying, which a lot of folks had a.
I mean, but people saying, you know, well, let's ask you how you feel in this, since you so invested in Marvel. But they said they feel like, you know, don't get me wrong, I respect Black Panther, especially because, you know, R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman.
What you gonna say? They think like it's just
it kind of discredited, you know, the Black Panther Party in a sense. Like, so when you search up Black Panther, the Black Panther Party is no longer gonna pop up. Black Panther Marvel is.
Man, just put it in the party.
Put it in the party. I feel like
only reason why about anything.
Exactly. No, people do be mad about anything. I feel like the only reason why it's okay is because it's still black people in it.
Yeah,
it ain't like it's like Black Panther and it's a white Black Panther. Because then I would have been like, okay, what's going on?
But I would feel like folks probably like at the end of the day, folks, I would say, would feel that off the sense of they see it as more of just like the token nigga. Excuse my language.
No, it's all
But
good.
you know what I'm saying? They
You
see
can
him
curse.
as like the token, or you know what I'm saying? But if you don't read the comics and read how
Uncle Tom.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
think,
it's
like, first off, learn stuff for yourself, though. Y'all be so quick to try to go off what somebody else say. Go watch, like, say, for instance, if that's how you feel, go watch Black Panther yourself, and then you'll see that shit is life-changing.
And then
I remember watching that in 2018.
and then it go back to like, if you want change, make the change. Like
yourself.
The Black Panther Party, all respect to them.
For sure.
They made great movements in our society.
Yeah, the WIC program is literally invented before them.
But I will say this: there is a reason the Black Panther comes up before the Black Panther Party. There ain't no current. Y'all folks ain't out here doing what we used to do.
But that's because, I mean, you know how it ended, honey.
Facts,
exactly.
facts, facts.
But I will say, you can never, just as I mentioned earlier,
you
can't discredit the legacy, and that's all good.
Like,
okay, so real quick,
you gotta be the legacy. That's what I'm saying.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, if y'all, I don't really believe folks be as mad as they are about these situations. Because like, if you were, you can be that. We need we need a Huey P. Bad.
Well, we need a new leader.
Would it work?
Because you can't be Huey P. Newton. You can't be doctor. Don't forget his title, Dr. Huey P. Newton. Because, he went too hard. He went a little too hard. But
you know,
but you can be who you are. You're a new leader.
It might not go. I ain't gonna, just because we live in a whole different world. In society,
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It's not gonna go the same way. But hell yeah, it's like, hey,
we always need another Black leader.
When folks get to talking about all that, I'm like, hey, if you wanna. There are things that you can do to really make changes. I respect folks who put themselves in a position to do that. That's why it's like, I respect them enough to not try to speak on or argue certain different topics. Cause I'm like, okay, if I truly wanted to, I would be in legislation.
Right.
I would be trying to do that. Cause there are people trying to do that.
But see,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't trust the government enough.
Yeah, but
I'm too Black.
Why don't you trust the government? Because
I'm Black.
Despite, but think about it.
It's the history of it.
Despite the few that you might see, what is a government? A bunch of withering old.
Exactly. But
white folks
I'm
is like,
the type
who
of,
would?
listen, I'm the type of person, I believe it needs to be an age limit with running for office. Because how in the world are our presidential candidates, again, Donald Trump and Joe Biden, and they both over 70? Both older than my grandma. Well, my grandma grew up in Jim Crow.
That's just them saying. Like, they rather
get some old people.
They gotta be able to, like, they want to have somebody they can control. They can't control nobody young. That's, you know what I'm saying?
But I feel like it's also, they know that the older people, like, since there's so many older people in Congress, they know if they get an older candidate, it's like, oh, we might think similarly. Because don't get it twisted, Democrats and Republicans, sometimes the lines are so blurred. They be all doing the same thing. So
but
I think
that's
all.
It also just be the control.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't gonna.
Everything is a controlling aspect.
I don't know everybody personally, but from the outside looking in.
But shout out to,
they just look like dummies.
Yeah, shout out to the people who actually put in work, like Maxine Waters and even Bernie Sanders. I'll shout you out. Really, Bernie should have been president. That's the only old man who I would have been okay with being president. Because first off, he believes in legalizing marijuana. Because what's the holdup? Why is it a state basis versus
after
overall?
Trump, I truly just don't. Anybody could be president.
Anybody can be president, no, and that's crazy.
And nobody.
You don't gotta be educated. You don't have to be.
I don't.
You could be ignorant.
I be big on not even letting people challenge me.
Do you vote?
No, I don't. But okay. I mean, I voted in certain, but I didn't vote in the last one. I didn't vote in the last one. I voted in the one before just because I was some like school shit. But like, I ain't gonna hold you. After Trump, like, that shit became goofy to me.
Yes.
Local elections are a little different.
Yeah,
like,
so you vote in local elections.
I have voted in certain local elections. But also, it has been with the push of my family or somebody.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? If somebody come talk to me and let me know what's going, you know what I'm saying? How this affects this. Yeah. Hell yeah. But after Trump, come on now. Yeah. Like,
Black people, let me say this.
Y'all owe us for that.
No, for real. And let me say this to Black people. Because I know a lot of Black people be feeling like, oh, we shouldn't vote. And I get it, because it's literally like we be voting in candidates who literally switch up as soon as they get inaugurated. But I will say, since, people literally Black people died for us to vote. That's the only reason why I continue to vote. Even though I do be feeling, like you said, it's so fucked up because we have candidates who aren't even qualified or are very much so blatantly racist. So it's like, it's just too much to handle. Like my podcast, it's literally too much to handle. But boom, we about to get into the final game. I just want to quickly mention this because we almost finished. What you think so far, though?
I like it.
You had a
like
good
it.
time?
I like it.
Okay, but I just want to mention to you.
I'm proud of you. You know,
Thank you.
I know this is a new lane for you.
Yes.
And yeah, I think it's definitely a good fit.
Okay, great. That's great to hear, and thank you. Real quick, I just want to mention, since we was talking about, you know, you directing and you doing short films, that I am very much so in planning to do my own film, which will be a musical that I will write every song. I'm kind of going to be in my Prince bag because I wanted to be somewhat similar to Purple Rain.
Watch Disney.
What'd you say?
Watch Disney.
Watch Disney? Oh, I watch Disney all the time. I grew up in chorus, so I literally know Frozen.
Yeah, watch it for for inspiration. Because I always say, like, if folks don't really notice that Disney really the only folks who bridge that gap between
profitable musicals.
Profitable musicals and general audiences. Because I mean, I know it's a little disrespectful coming from theater. Yes, I have been in one, but yes, my personal opinion, I do not like musicals.
My favorite musical, but I'm an artist. It's different for me.
I can't act like Disney ain't having me locked in on plenty shows and movies that they might break out into a song. I don't care. I'm probably gonna know it. I apologize to my sister. I liked some of the High School Musicals. I wasn't able to admit it back.
High School Musicals
I wasn't able to admit it back then because
I was obsessed.
She was doing a lot. You know, High School Musical 3 came out in theaters.
Listen, it was big for us. It was so big for the women. I feel like.
My brother, I didn't even do it much. My brother, I think he got in trouble.
I thought Corbin Blue was
I think he got in trouble because he wouldn't come out the garage. Like he wouldn't leave the door. My sister convinced the whole family that we was going to go to High School Musical 3, and my brother was crying like, "Bro, please don't take me in there." But it's like now looking back as a filmmaker and writer, that's what I'm saying. Look at Disney because it's like how I would study how they made them songs, so it's like they might be corny, but relatable.
I don't have to do that. I'm already a songwriter.
And into the script though. That's what I'm saying though.
But
you might be a songwriter. Like,
don't get me wrong.
Songs don't hit on movies.
I love, Disney musicals, Disney movies in general. But I will say, my favorite musicals and the one that I'm probably gonna rewatch to get inspired by is Purple Rain, Dreamgirls.
Dreamgirls, I fuck with that.
And Phantom of the Opera. Because I'm a versatile queen and know opera music too. So I'm more inspired by stuff that, it's like real life scenarios, if that makes sense. Right, and Dreamgirls eats. It has Beyonce. It has Jennifer Hudson. It has Jamie Foxx. It has so many talented singers. It's like,
I will say,
and the storyline is just fantastic.
I love Dreamgirls and all those, but I wouldn't say I wouldn't say I was moving you towards the content of Disney, but I would say the smoothness.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody got the smoothness.
But see, that's how you feel,
know
though.
What I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
It is an opinion.
Right. Okay, though. Let's get into the final game, which is 0 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. Right. So let's explain the instructions. This game I created, which has 2 categories, and each category has 3 topics. So basically, I'm going to tell you, what your categories are, and then boom, you'll get to tell me the 0 out of 10, meaning you hate it, or 10 out of 10, meaning you love it. It's no in between. And I'm also going to be able to answer these questions as well.
I say 0 to 10.
0 out of 10 if you don't fuck with it.
So 0 is not fucking with it?
Yeah, because you're giving it a 0 out of 10. It's like a rating game.
Okay, so I'm saying numbers only.
Yeah, so you either say 0 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. Okay, but your categories, I chose.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. You need another explanation?
You can tell what type of student I was.
Go ahead.
I was saying, so am I rating this stuff so I can say 7?
Rating? No, that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying 0 to 10 or 10 to 10.
No, out of 10.
Out of 10.
So, boom, either.
7 out of 10.
So.
That's what I'm saying.
Are you going to let me explain, Marko?
I'm trying to get it.
Listen, I'm about to tell you. that's the gag is normal rating would be whatever you want to put out of 10. But with this game, you either hate it or love it. It's no in between. So you either say 0 out of 10 if you don't like it, or you say 10 out of 10 if you do. Hopefully it's going to be a lot of 10 out of 10s.
That's what I said. I was
exactly.
like, okay.
But
I got it.
maybe you got a 0 out of 10 out of this. Maybe not. I don't know. But your categories that I chose for you are comedians and then in TV shows, but specifically animation TV shows. So let's get into comedians first. I'm starting with the 85 South shows, since you know you work with them, which includes DC Young Fly, Carlos Miller, and Chico Bean. What you give them?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, me too. I actually watched it, you know. And I was there at the Netflix special, which you're credited on.
Thank you.
Yes. We didn't even get to see each other, though. That's because I had left early. Because I was trying to beat Atlanta traffic.
It'd be
so hectic.
It was deep in there.
It took forever for me to get in, so that's why I ended up leaving early. But I had so much fun. It was so great. And shout out to them, because they done came so, like, a long way.
Oh, yeah, it's real love over there.
Yes. So, number 2, Cat Williams. What you give them? I'm giving them a 10 out of 10.
0 out of 10.
0 out of 10? Why is that? Just because I'm curious.
I don't really.
You didn't watch him?
I did watch Cat Williams. I don't. Of course, like there's a reason his name is in these cards now. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like I had a different opinion than the rest of the folks.
Oh, you talking about the Shannon Sharp?
On that, yeah.
I like when people keep it real.
But that's the thing. It's like that's still one person. It's like.
But exactly. But that's what I'm saying. That's what a podcast is. For you to tell your perspective. If y'all got something to say, do just like Monique and then get your own episode.
Yeah.
Even though she actually said, you know, she fought with Cat Williams. But okay, no problem. You get to give whatever rating.
And it's like, I just gotta say, he contradicted a lot. Like, very contradicted. It's like, it's like, I don't know. It's just like the rest of the males in the world. It's like, y'all contradict a lot of nitpick stuff. Like you call it certain folks a certain way because they might have put on a dress or doing something, but you walk around with a perm in your hair. Like
that's nothing, but that's just hair though.
It's just hair, but you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. But
then
okay,
another person
listen.
can say it's just fashion.
First off, though, I feel like people got, okay, let me just say this. And then we're going to get to the next comedian because this ain't supposed to be about Cat Williams. It's just supposed to be how I feel about him. But I will say, I don't think he was trying to like disrespect if that's how you make your money. Listen, it's disrespect. Okay, maybe he was disrespectful, but I'm saying it was more so not trying to say you can't make money however you want to, but more so like
have more respect for yourself as
exactly.
a black
in Hollywood, they're trying they pressure black men to be doing other things. Now, some of y'all are willingly taking that role, and you didn't nothing, but that's fine. But at the end of the day, it's like if you never wanted to wear a dress, don't do it because somebody said, "Hey, it's in the script." Just don't take that role then. But okay. Besides that point, third comedian who is from Chicago, which is Bernie Mac. What you give Bernie Mac?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. I feel like that's one of the funniest persons to ever walk this earth.
I only got to really just watch the Bernie Mac show, so I don't feel like I have a...
You don't know none of this stand-up?
I mean, I know he did stand-up.
No,
I
but she didn't really watch it.
I ain't grow up on Bernie stand-up. I might have just saw it on TV. I'm real big on not, just acting like I...
exactly.
Was really tapped into an era, just like, you know what I'm saying?
No, I watch a lot of comedians. Yeah. But I will say one of my favorite comedians, Bernie Mac. Well, let's give a little list. Bernie Mac, Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams.
I got a lot of respect for Bernie Mac just off the fact of like, I watched that TV show religiously. He was dumb funny off that.
And he made he made that word cool.
Working around different comedians, so and so now.
Yeah.
I hear how they talk about him, so it's a different respect.
He's great.
But yeah.
Okay, so now next category, which is TV shows. And like I said, this is going to be specifically animations. Bow, number one. I hope you don't watch these. I'm hoping so. But number one, the PJs. What you give PJ? The PJs.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. That shit funny as well. I never watched it,
but they black. And I know that.
Yes. Eddie Murphy is an April Aries just like me.
I support everything. I support everything black. Like,
Everything black, just
everything
like my
black.
song, period. Okay, number 2, you better not watch this, though. The Boondocks.
Yeah, for sure. 10 out of
Yeah,
10.
10 out of 10. Shout out to the Boondocks because not only do they address real life, but I love that, Huey is named after Dr. Huey P. Newton. That's why he's like the more conscious one or whatever. Okay. And then, Regina King and John Witherspoon was also in Friday. So that's just so lit that they also did the Boondocks together.
It's one of those shows that was a part of those last few years where the media wasn't as censored, I would say, and folks and there
and that's why we never have another Boondocks type vibe.
And there wasn't as many folks that kind of give like a fake concern.
Right.
And I definitely would say fake because I it's fake concern.
It's
like,
fake.
Hell yeah, bro. There's no reason that everybody, like, for sure, certain shit is, it's okay for over the years to realize certain shit is wrong to joke about and blase. But there, at the end of the day, there is always a lane of crude humor.
Right.
There's a reason 85 South Show is what it is. And
right.
Them, and Carlos, DC, and Chico.
Because they have no filter.
Ain't fell off. But it's a reason they ain't got canceled either. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it was just said shit, but it's like they know how to say, and they know their audience.
Right.
Their audience come to a show. There's still an audience for that.
For real.
So it's like nowadays when I see all the Twitter and now everybody, I'm like, bro, this can't be the same generation that grew up watching Family Guy.
Right. And then it's also like, that's what comedians can do. They comedians are supposed to be the ones who it's like they say the shit that you wanted to say, but you just get to laugh at them saying it. It's like,
like, Family Guy is still on, bro.
Right,
like,
folks
don't got a real problem.
It's like, it's like how many seasons? It's so many seasons.
It's fine, but my thing is, it's like folks be choosing what to be mad at.
Yeah, oh for sure.
It's like if y'all was really mad, Seth MacFarlane wouldn't even be here with us. Like, be honest.
Let's be honest. No, for real. Okay, the last one, number 3, The Proud Family.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
I watched a new one too.
Me too. And shout out to Kyla Pratt because you and Raven was so much a part of our childhood. Like, y'all deserve y'all flowers always.
I love that the new one.
And shout out to Tommy Davidson because you a comedian as well.
Has so many elements of the old show and just the right of new elements.
And I love that they brought original characters
with today's era. You know, you gotta, and a lot of folks, of course, they got stuff to say on it, but it's so important to challenge folks like that because at the end of the day, like the world. I mean, folks will argue it, but in order to get accustomed to new lifestyles and new people, you have to bring them in slowly.
Right. Like, and listen, I don't mind reboots, but only if the original people coming back. Like, it's okay if you put new characters in addition, but bring the original people back. Y'all talking about doing another Twitches, but not with Tia and Tamara. Like, stop the suggestions like that. Because if they ain't in it, it's not Twitches.
I feel like that's different though.
No, it's like they could be in it. They just have to be the full role. It could be like they the mama and now they got twins or something.
They gotta be mama, grandma.
Yeah, something.
I'm not trying to see them in action.
But don't have them not in it at all. Cause it's like they paid away. It's their legacy.
But sometimes folk be nailing them.
I don't know. No reboot that was good though. Other than the Proud Family.
They nailing them reboots.
I don't know about all that.
You want me to tell you what reboot is a perfect reboot? That most folks probably still sleeping on.
What?
Bel-Air.
Okay, I'm sleeping on that
show
one.
So good.
But the great thing, but listen,
bro.
The great thing about that though is Will Smith has a big hand in that.
Yeah.
So that's why that's what I'm saying. Have something original to create the connection, because that's when it turned out good. Just like the Proud Family, they made sure Sugar Mama is still Sugar Mama. Penny Proud is still Kyla Pratt type vibe.
But if y'all ain't watched Bel-Air, you need to watch Bel-Air.
Okay, put them on. I'm gonna go watch it.
I've never seen a show remixed, a comedic, just like definitely Bel-Air had some dramatic elements to it and some deep episodes, but for the most part, it was a comedic show. Will Smith was. This show has like, if there can't be a better example of taking a story and remixing it to action and drama. Cause boy, them folks on there, even the fact, like, bro, so good. I don't know. I forgot the actor from Jelani. I don't know, but the actor who plays Will Smith, he's so good. Cause I leave myself confused as to why I don't not like him.
For sure.
Why do I not like this dude? The slick cosplays Will Smith.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like he don't even cosplay him.
Yeah.
It's like he got the right amount, but it's his own.
Yeah.
And it's
His
crazy.
own
And it's crazy because
version.
you argue with yourself because it's like, and they got his name as Will in the show too. Like,
Yeah.
but it's like, I ain't gonna hold you. They did that. If you like watch that show, because you're gonna be like, you're gonna be impressed.
Okay, well, y'all, this was the Too Much to Handle podcast with Tara Love, of course. Thank you, Marko, for being my second guest.
Thank you.
As always, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and comment all on YouTube. Period. Thank y'all for watching.
South.
Yes.
Ask me who I am, I'll say the baddest. I'm too much to handle, that's been established.